Hey there, everybody. Hope everybody is having a great 4th of July, wrapping up the 4th of July weekend. I know ours has been very busy the last 4 days, but it's been a lot of fun. Today I had a nice little cookout with the family. My mom and dad, my brother and his two boys, my wife, my daughter, and my son. They all came over, so we had a ball. Plus, I ate pretty good, so nothing wrong with that. So, how's everybody doing out there? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna do the little intro to the thing here. Let's see. We're back. So let's see what's going on out there in the peanut gallery today. Easy Comic Reader says, Happy Independence Day, Doc. Sung to the tune of America by Neil Diamond. Everywhere around the net, they're watching Silverage. Every comic he revealed, they're watching Silverage. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Easy. Always love to see the creativity there. Wonderful. Great start. And Dr. Von Chilla, and he says, Pauline is sleeping on my shoulder, and we're ready to go. Oh, that's awesome. Pauline's such a sweetheart. Oh, great to have you. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Maranya says, Good evening, Rod. All of the wonderful nutty peoples of the Peanut Gallery, all the NOTDs out there. Happy 4th of July. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July today. The rain held off for us because it was scheduled for rain. The last week, it seems like we've been scheduled for rain just about every day. So we were hoping today it would hold off, and it did. It held off just about 2 o'clock, and we were all kind of stuffed and ready for a nap by that time. So worked out good for us. And Easy Reader says, Happy 4th, everybody. Hope you all doing well. Absolutely. And Maranya says, Give Pauline some pets and treats when she wakes up for me, please. Give them for all of us. There, Dr. Manchilla. Pauline needs some more good treats. Quite enough, Sayer. Great to have you with us. Too darn muggy to be outside. Great idea to stay in. See, I don't. Everybody else in my family, they don't like it when it gets muggy out and everything. For me, it doesn't bother me. The hotter the better, and the muggier, it helps the arthritis in my shoulders, man. So when it's muggy out, I feel okay. When it's wintertime though, or cold, oh man, woohoo, just the opposite. So great to have you with us. And Dr. Manchilla, he says, I'll do that, Maranya. Absolutely. Pauline, I love Pauline. Maranya says, It's raining here, so definitely staying in. Yeah, I hear you. And John, Dr. Von Chilla says, Most people hibernate in the wintertime. I hibernate in the summertime. Yeah, well, if the rest of my family had their druthers, they'd hibernate in the summertime too, John. Absolutely. And the Gray Man, all the way from across the pond. Great to have you with us. The Gray Man says, "Greetings, rebellious colonies." I love it. Oh, that's awesome. Eric K says, "Hello, everyone, and great to have you with us, Eric K. Having a ball here." Let's see. And the Professor Eric Breen is here as well. Well, the thunder sounds like fireworks, so it feels like the 4th. There you go. That's it. We haven't had any thunder yet, but I believe it's coming. It might be here tonight. So Dr. Montilla says, Gray Man, hey, he's laughing. Great man, acknowledging it. And Eric K says, John, I'm with you. The only thing about summer out are the only thing I like about summer are the long days. Yes, yes. Oh, it's so nice when you're still out doing stuff at around my neighborhood anyway. You could be doing stuff out at 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night, and it's still sunny out. I love that part. I love that part. And like I said before, we only got 2 seasons up here in Maine anyway. We got winter and then we got July. And that's it. The rest of the time it's winter. And we got Maranya who says, since my husband's working today, dinner for me is shrimp and cheesy grits. I'll be making homemade boneless pork rib barbecue later. Wow, holy mackerel. That's gonna be I don't eat any meat, not because of any religious reason or anything like that. Just never liked the taste of it or the texture. I have a taste and texture issue, but barbecue always sounds good to me, and it always smells good. And like when I used to go to the fair, or still do go to the fair around here, and they're cooking those pepper and steak subs and stuff like that with the caramelized onions and peppers. Oh, I love the smell of it. I could never eat it, but I love this. I could stand there all day and smell the rest of that. Just give me the fried dough, the French fries, and the pizza. I'm happy. Gotham City Comics. Hey, Kevin. Great to have you with us as well. Hello, everybody, he says. And Snuffles McGraw. Hello, Doc, and everybody in the Peanut Gallery. Hope everybody is enjoying the 4th of July. Yes, sir, Bob. Dr. Monchilla says, since around 1984, the first thing I do on every 4th of July is to listen to the Grateful Dead's Jack Straw from the Europe 72 album. Leaving Texas, 4th day of July. Oh, awesome. And Hotel Orloff, Gratu, hello. Great to have you with us as well. Awesome. Man, there's quite a few people showing up. Dr. Von Chilla, I made tacos today with fiery Thai chilies. Tacos, my wife would like that. She likes that. Snuffles McGraw is saying hello to Gratu. And Eric Breen says, way to go, Maranya. Now that you mentioned shrimp and cheesy grits, Rod now thinks it's Saturday and keeps looking for Shannon. That's it. I wouldn't be surprised if Shannon shows up and Maranya says, whoops, sorry, Rod. Oh, don't be sorry. It's all good here. It's all good. We're just here having fun, hanging out. I decided to do this at the last minute, put out the notification yesterday. So I thank you all for showing up and spending a little bit of your 4th of July holiday with me. We really appreciate it. I got a ton of stuff to show. I've been on a kick lately with like toys and action figures. It's funny because sometimes you go on a kick for getting comics or whatever, but for some reason the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been picking up toys and action figures, and I think I've got a really good one. I'll be saving till last, which I just ordered, and if that's what it is, it came in doggone fast. So I'm hoping, and hopefully you guys will stick around and enjoy them as well. So the first thing I'm going to show to start things off is I got a ton of new comics that I haven't shown that I got, and I just save them. I keep saying, yeah, I'm going to make a video. And then something happens, I forget or whatever, don't feel good, whatever. And but I said, you know what? I got no reason not to just do it on the 4th. We'll make it a spectacular. So we're going to see some modern comics, and we're going to see some bronze comics. And I got 1 or 2 older ones that I'll show. And then one of those is going to go into my Go-Go Checks Quest. And then we'll give a Go-Go Checks Quest update. I haven't done that in quite a long time. And I'm kind of anxious myself because I haven't really looked in my inventory to see where I've been lately with the Go-Go Checks. So, but let's see here. But yeah, I got comics, I got treasuries, I got digests, I got old comics, new comics. I got a whole bunch of action figures up the wazoo. So hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I did getting them. So I'll run through the modern ones kind of fast because I don't know how many of you. I know Eric does, but I don't know how many of you, the rest of you, are that into some of the modern stuff. They do have some good modern comics out there to read, believe it or not. And thanks to Eric, I picked up a few of them, and Shannon as well. So we're gonna start off with the Avengers Across War Across Time. I picked up this because I didn't recognize this cover and it was number one. I says, I don't think I've got the number one issue yet. So I said, well, I'll pick this one up. Well, no, I did. I picked up a number one already, but it was a different variant cover. And it's like, I got to get back to carrying my little notebook with me. So then we got book one of Danger Street. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the same scenario. Thought I didn't have it. Picked up this one, got home, and when I started to file, no, I got it. Okay, well, all right, that's all right. So then this is Danger Street Book 2. And Danger Street, for those of you who might not know, it is a story which involves all the characters that were in the Bronze Age DC title. And I had it and I lost it. Where did it go? Oh, doggone it. I had it right there. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Don't get old, people. Don't get old. Um, First issue special. If I'm not, that's it. I think first issue special. So it had like Warlord and Metamorpho and Creeper and a bunch of other characters, and they're bringing them all together in one story. And I haven't read it yet. This is number 2, and this is put out by Tom King is the writer. Jorge Fornes is the artist and cover artist. So, and this is Dave Johnson is the variant cover artist. So I'm not sure if this is the variant or not, but anyway, if you're interested in that, there you go. Danger Street, highly recommend that. Picked up this. Hope I didn't show any of these. I might have. If I did, I apologize. But these were all ones that I have not filed. Started to file them, and I said, no, I'm going to do this video. This was a Conan the Barbarian number one of the facsimiles. So I used to have an original number one way back in the day, but I was not a collector of Conan. So I took number one. I think I had 1, 2, 3, and 5 that I got from a friend of mine at my church when I was a kid. And I took those and I turned them into more. I believe they were Avengers that I turned them into. So, and then this is a series that's been ongoing for a long time. And I just love the world that these people live in and the characters. And it's by Albatross Funny Books, and it's The Goon. And it's a weird cross between like 1940s and science fiction and horror. It's weird because you look at the guys and they look right like they're right out of the 40s. The Goon. Uh-oh. Hold on, people. Hold on. I don't know what happened with that. So hold on. Enter. And we're back. Sorry about that, folks. I hope that's not a forebearer of things to come. I didn't think I hit anything over here. So hopefully we'll continue on. But yes, this is the Goon, and I just love the characters. Eric Powell. Eric Powell is the guy who writes it and draws it, and I pick them up here and there because I don't believe they put them out monthly. It's just kind of puts them out whenever he can put them out. I could be wrong about that, but that seems to be the way that I've understood it. So we had this one here, and this is number 14. And then we got the Goon number 2, the villainy of Vinny Nosferatu. I mean, just look at that cover. I love it. But it's just a neat hodgepodge of like 1940s and then monsters and who live in this neighborhood and in this world and whatnot. And he kind of fights them off, and it's just fun. It's just a good, fun, entertaining story. Then I picked this up, The Ambassadors, number 1, Mark Millar and Frank Quitely. Pretty cool. I have not read most of these, unfortunately. Then I picked up this, which is Hulk number 13, with an homage to that classic cover of Hulk and Wolverine. I wonder how many times. I mean, this cover here, as far as homages go, it's got to be kind of getting close to the amount of, like, say, the issue of Crisis on Infinite Earths where Superman's holding Supergirl. You know, I mean, it's just been done so many times. So, and then we got another issue of Avengers War Across Time. Yeah, there is the number 1 that I had, which got old J Jaws right on there. So I really like this cover. So I can see why I picked this one up first. But you think I could remember? No. That's all right. And then we got number 1 of Clobbering Time with the Hulking thing. And then this is one I'm raring to read here. The Unstoppable Doom Patrol. I'm a big Doom Patrol fan. And I gotta qualify that and say I'm a big fan of the original Doom Patrol. I did have what was it, Morrison did that funky run. I call it funky run with, like talking pillows and stuff like that. I was not a huge fan of that. I did collect through most of that, but I just like the old style. They're misfit superheroes and they're gonna fight the bad guys. I wasn't big into the Morrison run, so I think it was Morrison. I could be wrong. I get Morrison and there's another fella that I get mixed up with. And then we got Avengers War against Across Time, number 3. Very cool. And another cover of number 3. Why? Already know why. You already know why. Don't even ask me. I mean, if I had the money I spent on variant covers by mistake, jeez. Then we got Hulk number 13 again. I think that most of this stuff is variant covers because I forget that I already got it. And then here is Thor number 32. Thor taking on Doom. So, all right, I'm gonna jump into the peanut gallery real quick here so I don't fall too far behind you guys. So I want to make sure I try to keep up with you. Let's see here. Where was I? Hello. All right. I think it was right here. Snuffles McGraw was saying hello to Gratu. And Eric Breen says, way to go, Maranya, now that you mentioned. Oh, no, I remember this. Yep. All righty. And then, yeah, Maranya. Whoops. No, we're good. We're all good. Dr. Von Chilla says, yeah, it really suddenly feels like Saturday. Yeah. I'm just missing my partner. Absolutely. Paulo Costa says, Happy Firecrackers Day, Americans. Happy Firecracker Day. I love it. I'm sure tonight I'll be hearing it all around the neighborhood because there's quite a few people that purchase home fireworks and whatnot. And some of them, they get some of those bigger ones, man. They'll go up to the top of the hill and let those off. So unfortunately, it scares the dickens out of our cats. So we have to kind of shut the windows and kind of keep them under control. Paulo also says, Tom King comic, kill it with fire. Dr. Von Chilla says, Gil Kane is gone. Are comics still being published? Well, yeah, they are. I'm sad to say there's not a lot that I find entertaining nowadays. I can only speak for myself. I don't get caught up in all the other politics of it and stuff like that, but just stuff that I enjoy reading. And like I said before, there are stuff out there. You have to just kind of experiment a little bit. You know, I dip my toe into a lot of independents just to try them out and see. Um, I like stuff from Dynamite. Um, they seem to put out a lot of good stuff. Boom puts out some good stuff. Um, as far as the big two, DC and Marvel, there's very limited, although DC has been slowly increasing their stuff. And we'll be coming across some of them. I'll be showing them, you know, the JSA connected titles and Stargirl and stuff like that. That really is good stuff. I've started getting into reading some of those, and yeah, those are very, very good. Very kind of old school, which I like. So you just have to. It's tough, but you gotta do your due diligence in order to find something you like nowadays. And Werewolf by Lunchtime, what's up, Doc? Hey, happy 4th of July, Werewolf by Lunchtime. We just kind of hanging out. I haven't done a video in a long time, so I did a little drive-in, the 4th of July spectacular today. So I'm just showing off a bunch of old comics. I got old comics. I got some new comics. I got some toys I'm going to show. I got some treasuries I'm going to show. A couple digests I'm going to show. So we got it all. We're going to try and cover a little bit of everything on today's little extravaganza. So thank you for spending some of your holiday with us. And Paulo Costa says, only in France, John. and, and he says, laughing out loud. Yes, sir. And Werewolf by Lunchtime said, technical. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm trying to be good. Didn't have any problems there on Saturday. So I don't know what it is. Paulo Costa says, Rod, you're back. I thought you'd been eaten by a snuffleupagus. I know Snuffleupagus. The old Muppets. I love them. Dr. Bonchilla says, I don't own any issues of The Goon, but I appreciate its uniqueness. Anyone out there remember Mr. X? Yes, Mr. X from the 80s. Absolutely. He was like a guy in a black trench coat, suit and tie, kind of bald. I always pictured him with pointy ears, but I don't think he had pointy ears. But yes, I do remember that character, and I do have some somewhere back there in this mess I call collection. I have probably half a dozen issues of him. Absolutely, I remember John. Holocaust says, as a matter of fact, I am reading a Mr. X trade paperback that I bought years ago. Uh-oh, now my camera went out again. Doggone this. Oh, all right. I'm back. I'm sorry, folks. I really hope this stops. I don't know what's doing it. I just checked the connections at the laptop. I checked the connections on the camera. So I have no idea why it's doing this. And all of a sudden, I don't get that. So anyway, all right. So yes, Paulo Costa says he was reading a Mr. X trade paperback that he bought some years ago. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, loved Mr. X, especially the early Jaime Hernandez issues. And Maranya says, the cover that gets more homages are either the true Pieta style cover, Death of Captain Marvel, yeah, and the Crisis on Infinite Earth version, yeah, yeah. But that one's got to be catching up because I mean I've seen so many of them. It seems like there's one every month or so. But yes, that very, very, you are correct. Absolutely, Maranya. And Dr. Von Chilla says, Neil the Horse was another cult title from the 80s that I adored. That one I do not know. I'm not familiar with that. Was that, it sounds like it would be some kind of like a funny series. I'm not familiar with Neil the Horse. I do not know that. Do not know that one. We need more information. Paulo Costa says, how about Bucky O'Hare? I recognize Bucky O'Hare. I don't know as I had any. I might have had I might still have number one when they came out. Because a lot of times I would have bought the number one back then. Just in case it took off, I'd have one, you know. So I have to try and find my independent one. Long boxes and pull those out because I'd love to go through them and see what I do have in them. So, and Southern Comic Geek, what's up, folks? He says, great to have you with us here. Thanks for spending part of your holiday with us, having fun, just showing some comics and toys and a bunch of other stuff. Spinner Rack Dave, Spinner Rack Studio Dave, how you doing? Happy 4th, everybody. I think the coloring techniques of new comics are incredible due to digital technology. I tell you what, I do. I mean, of course, we had dynamic covers back in the day too, but I do think that there's a lot of dynamic covers done today. Just incredible artwork. Of course, it all depends on the artist. I mean, I love Alex Ross's stuff. His stuff, to me, is just incredible. And I've seen a video of how he does it, and it's just amazing to me still how you can make it look the way he makes it look. And it looks almost like a photograph sometimes. It's just unbelievable. So, Dave, thanks for hanging out with us here on the 4th of July. Appreciate it, brother. And Southern Comic Geek says the bicentennial treasury in the background is well placed. Yes, sir, it is. If I get my head out of the way, I had to put that there. Absolutely. I got an old cap up there. He's holding the flag and that, the shield. I got the Patriot mask up there. So we tried to, I had some banners I was going to hang up. I just didn't get down here in time to do it. So I apologize for that. And I had I wanted to buy one of those funny top hats, like Uncle Sam top hat type of thing. I looked everywhere for one of those because if I could find one, I was going to put on like a white mustache and a goatee and Uncle Sam from the Freedom Fighters. I was going to do that. And Snuffles McGraw says, Goon Books, very interesting. Is the interior art good? Yeah, I don't mind it. Hold on a second. Let me just pull those back. Pull that one back out here. Because it's Eric Powell who does it. And there we go. Come on. Yeah. That's a little more difficult, I guess, because it's black and white. But this issue is mostly in black and white. But I mean, like I said, it's a good combination of monsters and old stuff, like I said, from out of the 40s. And it's just a fun, entertaining story. You know, they don't get too deep in anything. It's a good, entertaining story. Good guys, bad guys. Although the some of the good guys are kind of questionable. You know, they have their they're running their scams or schemes or whatever as well. So, but yeah, I enjoy the artwork. So definitely, you know, pick one up, try it. You know, you might like it. If you don't, well, then you know, you just move on to something else. There's something out there for everybody. I think it's just a matter of uh, finding. Because believe me, it's. I mean, like I said, I like Dynamite did a lot of good stuff that I liked. The Superpowers projects, those books, loved those. Those were incredible. They did a Thunderbolt book, which was pretty good. They did a Lone Ranger book, a Zorro book, Lone Ranger and Tano book. So they do a lot of stuff. And another one I like, but you don't see it too often anymore. I don't know if Kurt Busiek is still doing it or not. But Astro City, you guys have heard me talk about Astro City before, and that's a really good one. But like I said, I haven't seen any new issues, except there was one within the last year that came out, but I haven't seen anything else beyond that. And it's too bad because that's a really good thing. The world building that he does in there is very cool because he built it up through, they had a golden age of their heroes, they had a silver age of their heroes, a bronze age of their heroes, and then modern. And they would do like a run in the book, like maybe 4 issues would be of the Bronze Age stuff, and they would draw it like it was done in the Bronze Age by either Marvel or DC. So it's really, really creative. I really enjoyed it. So, and Dr. Vonchilla says, off the top of my head, a great example of stunning Silver Age coloring is X-Men number 56. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that a Neil Adams issue? If I'm not mistaken, I want to say it is. I could be wrong. Indeed, Dynamite's Lone Ranger and the Shadow are killer. Yes, yeah, I forgot about the Shadow one. You're right. They really do a whole lot. Snuffles McGraw says, thanks for the interior look, Doc. Looks good. Anytime. Okay. And then let's see here. All right. And here we go. This is Hulk number 12. So I'm trying to see. I can't tell if it's my eyes or there we go. That looks a little sharper. So, and this is a series I really like because I like the character when it was in the Hulk, when the Hulk was this character, and it's Joe Fixit. And I'm braining myself here. And then we got Planet Hulk, World Breaker, number 3. So Hulk's got himself a couple of titles he's in here right now. So I'm loving that. Here's another Danger Street. This is book 4 with Lady Cop. Not looking so healthy there on the front cover. So, here we go. Justice Society of America. This is number 3, and it says the new golden age over here in the corner of the label here. Anything to do with the Justice Society, I'm there. I love the characters. Have since my first crossover crisis with the JLA back in the day. And here's another one that Shannon and Eric Breen had recommended. World's Finest. Here's number 12. I've still got a few holes in this run that I've got to fill. So I have not entered these into my inventory, so I got to do that and then file them. And here is another World's Finest. This is number 10. And what does the interior art look like here? Not too bad. Kid Flash going there. So it's not too bad. I mean, I know there's a lot of modern day comics that get their share of grief, and deservedly so in most of the cases, I feel. But like I said, you just gotta do due diligence and try, try something. Something looks good to you, feels to you. Hey, take a shot at it. You never know. You never know. Here's World's Finest number 11. I believe that's the Huntress. Is that who that is? I think that's the Huntress. Got a little bit of a costume change. Looks like she got big ears going on or something. I don't know. And here's another World's Finest. This is World's Finest number 7. I mean, with World's Finest, it would have been a pretty easy sell to me anyway, because it's got Metamorpho in it, Doom Patrol in it. So, very cool. And that's, I don't know if you remember, that costume right there is from a Silverage issue, if I'm not mistaken. It's either silver or border bronze age issue of the World's Finest. I think it was called Supernova. Superman actually wore the costume, I believe. If not, it's very, very close to it. His World's Finest number 8. Nice little cover there. And World's Finest number 4. Green Lantern's in there. Very cool. There we go. Number 13 with Metamorpho. Love Metamorpho, man. Just one of those oddball, unique, weird characters. All right. And then what do we got here? These things are old Marvel previews. I don't know. Anybody cares? Marvel previews. Nothing spectacular in those. And then we got Stargirl, The Lost Children, 5 of 6. Very good story. I have been making inroads reading that, and it's very good. A lot of characters, a lot of new characters, plus a lot of old characters. Like where is he? Right there, Wing, who used to be the sidekick to the Crimson Avenger. So really, really good stuff. That's just the centerfold. Let's see here. Find a good picture, good series of artwork in here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see. It's a Harlequin ad, and I love this right over here. I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm a sucker for teams, and when they have a lot of heroes in them and stuff like that, and this is just cool. I love new characters, but it's very, very good, very interesting read. Is Planet Hulk number 5, A World Broken. Look at that cover. Okay, and then War Across Time, the Avengers War Across Time number 2. So, all right. So that's the first batch of new comics. So, So is anybody else out there buying any new comics? Has anybody found anything that tickles your fancy out there? I'm just curious. I know the majority of my spendable income goes to back issues because they got so many back issues that I'll never collect them all. But I just love slowly filling in series like Challenges of the Unknown, or filling in stuff with backup features that might have a character that I like Eclipso or Metamorpho and stuff like that. So I love doing it. Still love the thrill of the hunt. So let's see. And Dr. Manchilla says, indeed, Dynamite's Lone Ranger in the Shadows were a killer. Yes, sir. Thanks for the interior look. Yep. You're welcome. And yep, number 56, X-Men 56 is the first Neil Adams issue. I thought it was. I wasn't sure. But yes, anything with Neil Adams, I'm a fan of. And it's so neat. Now I don't remember seeing Neil Adams X-Men on the newsstand, but when I got into collecting and started seriously collecting back issues and everything, and realized that he did a few X-Men ones, went on the hunt for those. So, that was way, that was in the 80s. So that was way before eBay or anything like that. So whenever you came across them, even if it was, slightly well loved or whatever, I gotta have it. I gotta have it as long as the story's intact. I gotta have it for the collection, so I can read these, because I always liked the continuity that the comics used to have. I know it's changed so much since the Crisis thing in the mid 80s, but I always liked those editor notes. Hey, this refers back to something in Avengers 5, and one of the driving things for me was I wanted to be able to see those notes and say, this happened back in Avengers 12. And I wanted to be able to go, yeah, well, I got number 12 right here. So let's see what it says. That was one of the driving forces to being a collector for me. So it's fun. It was fun. And Maranya, Lady M says, I like Clobbering Time for some reason. Could be the catchy title. Might be a certain orange-colored stone-bodied superhero, maybe? Just throwing that out there. Dr. Manchilla says, and speaking of coloring, Frank Miller's Daredevil got better and better as it rolled along. Incredibly cinematic. He did a tremendous amount of work on Daredevil. I remember seeing when he first started doing that. There's that cover where Daredevil's fighting somebody who's got like a knife underwater, and there's like a big shark or something coming at him. And I tried to draw that cover several times. I just could not nail it. And but that one really was very cool. Dr. Manchilla says, Batman and Superman in London? I think they were in that particular issue. Is that it? Yeah. Well, it shows them they're kind of going everywhere. Yeah. They got France. They got, looks like Egypt or whatever. And then it looks like Big Ben over here. So they're traveling the world. And Paulo Costa says, I like Metamorpho, but when he's in a serious book, he's very versatile in a team. Yes. Yeah. I'm not one for a whole lot of funny characters, or I was never one for funny animal comics or anything like that. So I would tend to agree with you, Paulo. I like them to be serious. Plastic Man's got to be comedy. I understand that. And that's cool. I like it works for that character. But Metamorpho, I always liked it when he was more serious. Yes. Hey, hello all. Says Shannon. Happy 4th. Shannon, you want to come on? Let me know. And Dr. Von Chilla says, Shannon's here. Everything is under control now. Yes, sir, Bob. The voice of reason. Shannon! Hello! Easy comic reader. I started reading Wolf and Batsy, an independent book. It's a fun read. I'm not familiar with that one. At first, I thought you were talking about 2 different books, with Wolf being the Atlas comic, Wolf the Barbarian one. But I've never heard of Wolf and Batsy. Interested. What is that about, Easy Comic Reader? And Shannon says, you mean about to go off the rails, right? Not at all. Not at all. Jimbo, hey Jimbo, happy 4th, he says to everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Jimbo, and spending some of your holiday with us. Hey, Dr. Mitchell says, yeah, Shannon, my bad. Snuffles McGraw says, hello, Shannon. Hello, Jimbo. Crazy Hungarian. Well, Crazy Hungarian, welcome aboard. Thanks for stopping by and spending some of your 4th with us. Finally got a chance to catch a live stream, he says. Happy 4th, everyone. Well, happy to have you here. Thank you very much for choosing to stop by. And Shannon says, hey, Jimbo. Hey, Snuffles. And Jimbo says, hey, Snuffles. Happy 4th. And Jimbo says, hey, Shannon. Happy 4th. Dr. Munch says, oh, Hizzle, all I saw was Big Ben. Oh, perfectly understandable. And Snuffles McGraw says, happy 4th to you, Jimbo and Shannon. And Lady M says, I mentioned shrimp and cheesy grits earlier in here, and here's Shannon. It's like the lightning lighting the bat signal for him. There you go. That's it. At the sound of cheese and grits. Dun, dun, dun. And Lady Maranya says, hey there, Betty. There, Jimbo. Maranya, hello, my dear. He says, happy 4th to you. All righty, that catches us up with the Peanut Gallery. And just wanted to check something here. Okay, we're all set there. All right, so let's see. We got another group of books here. Let's see here. Holy mackerel. I didn't realize there was this many. Wow. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to try and run through these a little quicker. Here is the last issue of Stargirl, The Lost Children. Really, really good story. I really, really enjoyed that. You know, and it's a clever way to bring back a lot of characters. And I really look at all them characters, man. This kid right here, kind of like Rip Hunter, Time Master. So, but yeah, really cool stuff. Definitely. I was going to say definitely request that. No, definitely. I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. Doggone it. Anyway, recommend. That's the word. Recommend it. This is another series that I pick up when I see them out there. I'm trying to stay with it. Gunslinger. I've read only a couple issues, and it's kind of hard. I read a couple issues apart, so I'm trying to connect the dots together to figure out exactly what it is. My first thought was that this series was going to take place in the Old West, and I think it does to start with, but I think it moves along somehow. So I got several holes in that one to fill before I can read the whole thing. Here we go with World's Finest Game number 15, The Vengeance of the Ultra Morpho. And World's Finest 16, Bad guys galore. And here we go. Justice Society of America, number 4. Looks like a little infighting here. Very cool. Here is, I almost panicked when I got this one home. This is Danger Street. And this is, I can never find, oh, book 6. This is book 6, The Dingbats of Danger Street. But when I got it home, I saw this right here and I panicked. Your heart just dropped. I was like, oh man, is there a sticker on there? Somebody put a sticker on there, but it's not. That's actually part of the cover. So they got me. Yeah, they got me good. So, and here's number 3 of 6 with the Unstoppable Doom Patrol. Looks like Guy Gardner getting some action in there. And Kyle Rayner. And here is the new Hulk series, number 1 of the Incredible Hulk. I have yet to read this, and that is going to be on my reading tonight. Because I want to see where they're taking the character now. So I'm going to just leave that one right out. And I got this one because I just like this. This is a variant cover that I bought on purpose this time. On purpose. So, but I liked the cover, and I just love the way this was drawn. And this was drawn by, let's see, I have to look inside, I think. It doesn't say anywhere here. Can never find. They put the titles and stuff. It's no longer like a splash page type of scenario. Maybe it's even on the last page. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, here it is. But it looks like a kind of an old school type Hulk. But I love that cover. So I said, yeah, throw it in there. I'll take it. So, and then I'm dipping my toe into this one here. This is Spirit World. I'm going to see what this is about. Try it out. And here is Spirit World number 1. And this one here was Spirit World number 2. So I have 1 and 2. I don't know if number 3's come out yet. So this one here I bought strictly because I like the villain or the villainess in this. And it's Superman. I don't buy too many Supermans. Excuse me. Just like I don't buy too many Batman. This is Superman number 5 by Williamson and Campbell. And it looks like somebody, Price, that did this cover. And it's Scream of the Silver Banshee. I love the Silver Banshee. So when I saw that, I says, yeah, I got to get that because I like that villain. So, and then we got, let's see, the Avengers number 1. I guess they're restarting another Avengers. So I said, okay, well, I'll jump on board and see. So here we go with the Avengers number 1. It's got a few familiar faces in there, I can see. And here we go with the mental lapse issue. Bought a second copy of this one. I'm telling you. Oh, and oh yeah, here we go. Couple more issues of Avengers Across Time because I only get to go to my comic store about probably every 3 weeks or so. So I forget. Do I have that one? Geez, So here we go with another variant cover for Avengers War Against Time, Across Time, number 2. They have a bunch of great covers. So I really can't complain. It's just I hate buying the same story just because of a cover. Here's number 3. Looks like a couple of Thors going at it. And then this one was cool. This one I don't have. I think I have just one copy of, and it's number 5. You know, Kang on the cover and all the heroes. Very cool. And I picked up the second issue of the new Green Lantern series. So I haven't read the first or second issue yet. I'm hoping they're doing right by Hal. Because it's funny, sometimes Hal gets treated good. Sometimes they kind of shove him out to bring in some of the other guys. Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern I grew up with. He's always going to be my Green Lantern. So here's a series that I'm trying to get all the books of. It's a 7-issue miniseries, a limited event series, it says. And it's Dark Crisis by DC. So I'm trying to slowly pick up these. And that was number 2. This is number 3. And then to round it out, we got another Joe Fixit. This is number 4. I think Joe Fixit only went to 5 issues. I don't know if he went 6 or not. I think he only went to 5, but I'm not positive. So there's all the latest new books that I have over the last probably couple of weeks. So put those right up there. All right. So let's see. I'm just going to show some different things here. Next up. So, all right, we'll take a quick peek back here in the peanut gallery. Whoops. Okay, there we go. All righty. Maranya saying, hello there, Betty. I mean, Jambo. Jambo Comics says, oh, my dear, happy 4th. Shannon says, Maranya, my wife is cooking supper right now, so very shortly I will be covered. Nice festive shirt, Doc. Oh, yeah, it doesn't stop there. I don't know if I could show you, but I got shorts that match, you know. It matches exactly. Now, the funny thing is, you say, oh, he bought an outfit? What are you, kind of crazy? Yeah, buying an outfit? No, the shorts, they're actually a bathing suit. I bought the bathing suit part, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. This I just bought like a week ago. I was in a store and they had this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that matches perfect. And I says, with the holiday coming up, and I says, I got to get that. So I got it just before the Strawberry Festival, and that's when I test run it out there. I got a lot of people coming up to me complimenting it, and I'm like, holy mackerel. So, but yeah, I loved it. Like I said, if I could have found one of those big puffy top hats, red, white, and blue top hats, I'd have done disguise of Uncle Sam from Freedom Fighters. And Lady M says, Shannon, I'm making slow-cooked homemade barbecue boneless pork ribs later for tomorrow's supper. The grits are because my husband's working on the 4th. Oh, that's got to stink, though. Why are they making your husband work on the 4th? Don't they know it's a holiday, doggone it? And Shannon says, I loved the Stargirl series. Can't wait to see how everything shakes out in JSA. I'm with you, partner. I'm with you. We've talked many times about both of our love for the JSA and the characters and everything. So right now we're like on cloud 9, so happy that they're bringing them back and actually doing something nice and good with them and very interesting with them. So hopefully it'll stay around for a while for us. So, and let's see, whoops, right here. Sounds yummy, Maranya. I'm having grilled pork chops, new potatoes, and green beans, and corn on the cob. Oh, That is my favorite summertime treat. Corn on the cob, man. Got a farm, local farm here. Kid I grew up with. His dad owned it, and we used to play ball together up at the ballpark in Rollinsford. And he's got around here, he's got the best sweet corn. Oh my gosh, is it so good? I mean, when you cook it and you bite it, it falls off the cob. Ain't no struggling with it, trying to bite through and rip off the kernels. It just falls off in your mouth. Oh my God, it's so good. Now I want corn on the cob. Doggone. He'll be having it here another week or so. He'll have corn on the cob, so I'll be picking that up. Dr. Von Chilla says, apparently the Hulk's head is shrinking. Is that part of the storyline? No. Unfortunately, there might still be some drawing that doesn't look quite up to snuff here and there. But no, I don't think his head is shrinking. Oh my gosh. And Maranya says, now I know how you feel Saturday morning, Shannon. That sounds way better than my dinner. And Shannon says, great Hulk cover. Yes, sir. That flame one. I love that one. And Eric K says, green beans. It looks like he's going to make him sick. No green beans for Eric K, he says. Dr. Manchilla, that's a very nice cover on that. Yes, sir, Bub. They do have some really nice covers out there. I gotta admit, a lot of those Avengers covers are very, very cool. Some DC covers are really cool with the, especially the Stargirl and JSA. Very cool. Dr. Manchilla says, on that Avengers #1. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, so makes me want to try. I'll give it a shot. We'll see. Won't hurt me for one. The new Avengers #1 is actually pretty good. Oh, cool. I'm glad to know, because I was just telling him, Shannon, I think just before you came, that I showed the #1 because I just wanted to dip my toes into the Avengers water and see what they're doing now. And that was a new #1. So, yeah, I'm interested. We'll give it a shot. Quite enough, sir. Welcome aboard. He says, what's the legacy issue number on the Avengers? I don't know. I don't remember seeing it on there. I don't remember seeing that on there. So let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have any legacy number on it. So it's just a big old #1, and it's nowhere on it. So come on. There we go. So yeah, I don't see anything, and I haven't read it yet, so I haven't looked through to see. The artwork looks okay from what I see so far. It's no Gil Kane, but I mean, to me, that's good. I like that. That looks good to me. So, but yeah, I don't see anything as far as a legacy number on that. And I get confused by that so much. Trying to collect that first Avengers run, and I can't remember when they stopped, like somewhere around 400 or something. And then they did the Heroes Reborn, and then they did the other thing, and it brought them back. And it's just like, it's so hard to why did you just keep the number? And I know there's a marketing aspect to it of, hey, #1, people will buy #1. Oh, let's start at #1. But okay, if you're going to do that, just keep that separate and #1 and keep running that series until you're done with that series, and then end it. And if you want to go back to using the same numbering system, then you start over with an Avengers, whatever, 401 or whatever. It's just, they just bungled it up so badly, in my opinion, anyway. So, and Jambo says that Avengers War Across Time was good. Yeah, I've only read, I think, one issue out of it right now, and I've enjoyed what I've read so far. So I'm really looking forward to making sure I get all the pieces together. I've got extra copies, that's for sure. So I'll have one pristine set and one set of reading copies, I guess. I can't believe I bought so many duplicates. Dr. Until they better do right by Hal. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. Hal is my Green Lantern. It's the one I grew up with, and I'm sorry. Barry Allen, he's my Flash. I'm sorry. Wally, good kid. He's a good kid, but he'll always be Kid Flash to me. Sorry. Shannon says the Dark Crisis series was okay, but not great. Aha. And we have very similar tastes, so now I'm concerned. And Maranya says, War Across, I want to say against time. Doggone it. War Across Time was great. It had the same feel as the original 1 and 2, 11 and 12, 11 and 12 issues that the miniseries fits in between. We need more books like that. I agree with you. I agree. You know what series it seems like this kind of reminds me of is for a while there they did the X-Men. I can't remember the full title. It was the X-Men something. Excuse me. But they did like they started it from when the original X-Men new stories uh stopped. Which was like I think what 66 issue number 66 I think with the Hulk, and they picked up the series started with the Hulk and them in that battle and how it ended up and everything. But they did the in between the stories that what would have happened during the reprint uh, era of X-Men. I really enjoyed those stories. I think they did like 12, 14 issues, something like that. That was really well done. I really enjoyed that. So I agree with you. I would like to see more of that kind of stuff done. You don't have to change anything. You just retrofit the stories in without changing any future stories or whatever like that. And they could do it. It's been done a couple times now, so people can do it. Paulo Costa says, it's midnight here, which means that to me, it's July 5th. So I'm off to bed. Enjoy the rest of your day and don't eat too much. Paulo, thank you very much for stopping by, my friend. Great to have you with us and spending part of the holiday here with us. So you take care. Have a good night. And he says, Maranya says, take care, Paulo. Stay safe. And Shannon's saying goodbye to Paulo. And Dr. Von Chilla says, it used to be illegal to wear clothing copied from the design of the American flag. Yes, I remember that. And there's still a little bit of how do I want to put it? Like looking down upon that from people in some and I can respect that. I don't typically own a whole lot of flag apparel, if that's what you want to call it. But this I like because I do respect the American flag, and all those who fought for it and everything. So it is never ever worn by me as a piece of clothing out of any kind of disrespect. It's just the opposite. It's total respect. It's total respect. So I just want to make that clear in case there's anybody saying, well, what's he doing wearing the flag? No, it's out of total respect. Nothing but respect. My grandfather fought in World War II and everything. So no, I have nothing but respect for the flag. Absolutely. But I understand people of an older generation might not approve of that. I understand that. I respect their opinion. Dr. Von Chill says, okay, Paulo, see you later, bud. And Maranya says, in the security field, there technically aren't holidays. Oh, I see. Okay. The holiday OT is pretty sweet, though. Oh, there you go. There you go. Get some more Iron Man comics, right? Gonna do, birthday or something, Christmas something, right? So I see what you're saying there, Maranya. Eric Breen says, don't tell Rod that. Don't tell Rod that isn't the corn that falls off the cob when he bites into it. No, all right. No, I got all my chiclets. I got all my chiclets. Thank goodness. Oh man, oh man. It is cob. It's the corn kernels. Oh, hey, Plant Triple P. How you doing? Great to have you stopping by. Greetings and salutations and happy Independence Day. Thanks for spending part of your holiday with us here. We're all just kind of hanging out, having a good time. Dr. Vonchilla, Gil Kane lives. Yes, sir, Bob. He lives in our hearts and minds and in those great issues that he drew. Quite enough Sayer says, I checked on MCS and they don't have a legacy numbering for that 2023 Avengers issue. So we'll have to see how it shakes out. Thanks for checking, Rod. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, I do. I hate that legacy number stuff. Just don't put another number in there. Just go with the legacy number and go back and admit you made a mistake. Just admit you made a mistake. So it's funny because they do it when it serves their marketing purposes. And it just kind of ticks me off because it's just like, oh, man, we'd be up around 700, 800 now with Avengers, maybe even further along. I don't know. Dr. Manchilla says it was around 1986 when I lost control of my chick numbering system. Somewhere around 140. Oh my gosh. And I'm not kidding. Oh my goodness. Wow. Aftercome Alan, great to have you with us, Alan. Awesome. I saw you posted a video yesterday, I believe it was. I watched it last night. We got talking about on our show, me and Shannon, we got talking about the comic packs there, and then Alan posted some of his awesome stuff, man. I watched that. That was so great, so cool, Alan. And like we were saying yesterday, if you want to see a museum quality collection displayed, go check out After Comics, man. You will not be disappointed in the least. So, Alan's, excuse me. Alan says, yes, John Byrne did it, called The X-Men, the early years. There you go. Thank you for that. Thank you, I think. Yeah, it was the early years. Wally will always be Kid Flash to me, too. Steve Rogers is Captain America, and Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern. Yes. It's that group. That's who I grew up with. That was my comic book world, Marvel and DC. So yeah, it's nothing against those other characters that they want to raise up into a more adult position or whatever, but they're still always going to be. It's like my kids. My kids are in their 20s. I got a daughter who's 27, son is 25. Okay. But to me, those kids, when I look at them, they're 5, they're 7, that's just the way it is. They're always going to be that to me, So I wholeheartedly agree with you, Alan. Absolutely. Triple P says, wow. Okay. Was there something that, okay. Alrighty. I don't know if I missed something there somewhere. I was just checking to see if I missed something, Triple P. Okay. Let's see. Dr. Vonchilla says, damn straight, Alan. And After Comic says, hello, John. Alan, I want to know one thing that drives me crazy. It's because I don't know how you spell your first name, Alan. I spell it with A-L-L-E-N. But I don't know. I thought I saw it somewhere once somebody spelled it that way, but I don't know if I'm spelling your name right when I leave comments or talk about your comments and stuff like that. Please tell me how you spell your first name, so I will not feel like I am spelling your name wrong every time I write it. Eric Breen says, Alan, you were able to get your cats in. Were you able to get your cats in line? Oh, was there a cat issue? Uh-oh. Lady M says, welcome all of the wonderfully nutty members of the Peanut Gallery and all of the. Did I skip all the way back? Or no? Okay. All right. And all the wonderful. I was having deja vu all over again. The nuts of the days out there. Yes, sir, Bob. Thank you. Thank you. Triple P says, Wally West is my Flash. Kyle is my Green Lantern. And I don't like Hal. Uh-oh. He was evil. And after he took over the spec. Well, I got to admit with you, I didn't like what they did with Hal. I didn't like him turning him bad. I didn't like him taking over the Spectre and that. Didn't like any of that. To me, he was just the Green Lantern for 2814, you know. And I think it's whatever period you grew up in. If you started collecting and identified with Wally West and Kyle, who were younger heroes and whatnot, totally understandable. Same thing I do with identifying with the Silverage gang, you know. So I totally understand. Don't have anything against them. None of them. I like all the characters, you know. So it's just for me, my personal GL will always be Hal. And when I think of GL, I think of Hal. So, but I can understand because I didn't like it when they turned him evil and the whole Spectre deal and all that stuff. So I'm with you on that aspect too. After Comic says, my cats own me. Oh, look at that comic pack. Oh, well, that's what we were talking about, Alan, was those comic packs, man. And that video you put up, man. Oh, man. I was just sitting there watching, drooling. Mark Sinyard. I got to pronounce it right. Sinyard. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Mark. I apologize if I'm not. Thank you very much for taking the time to spend a little of your holiday with us. Appreciate it. It was X-Men, the hidden years. The hidden years. That was the word. Hidden. I was trying to think of that. Yeah, the hidden years. Absolutely. And that was a great series. I really enjoyed that series. I wish they'd do more with that. Dr. Von Chilla says the Spectre had no choice but to bow down to Hal Jordan. Straight talk, LOL plant. Absolutely. Jackson Roykirk. Hey, Jackson. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, wow. Hello, folks, he says. And a happy 4th, he says. Absolutely. And a happy 4th to you, Jackson. And Dr. Von Chilla says, Jackson. After Comic says, I spell it Allen. Also, I do spell it right. Oh, okay. Wow. Because I really thought, the more I thought about it, I'm like, that's because of Barry Allen's last name. I think that may be more of a last name. So I was thinking I'm spelling it wrong. And I'm like, all this time I've probably been spelling his name wrong. And it felt pretty lousy about it. Okay, cool. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. And Shannon says, Alan. And Lady Maranya says, Ruh-roh, Jackson found us. Quick, hide the great comics. And Triple P says, John Ostrander's Spectre run was the best. Wow, it wasn't bad. I always liked the one in Adventure Comics with Apparo's art and whatnot. That was to me one of my favorite Spectre runs. Really, really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the first run in the comics there, 1 through whatever it was, 1 through 10, I think it was. I enjoyed that. Some of the covers I'm not real pleased with, but those Neil Adams covers though, those were awesome. So, and Shannon says, Jackson, and I jumped back. I might have jumped back. Sorry about that. After Comic says, Shannon, Eric. And Jackson Roykirk says, Maranya. And Jackson says, I promise I won't get barbecue sauce on them. Dr. Montilla says, I'm happy you're okay with me spelling it, Alan. LL. Correction noted. Oh, and I'm sorry. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted it for my personal thing because I felt bad. I always wondered if I was spelling it right. And because I like to get people's names right. I mean, to me, it's important to get somebody's name. I want to make sure I'm saying it right or whatever. So, But absolutely, we're all on the same page. Maranya says, "I'm teasing you, Jackson. Here, have a cookie." And After Comic says, "Alan is good too. Just don't call me late for supper." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. I thought maybe it was Alan with like one L, A-N. All of them went through and I used to search through your comments to see how somebody spelled your name, but a lot of them never said your name in the comments. So I'm like, oh, how do I know? So Dr. Von Chilla says, my foster kitten, Pauline, definitely owns me, as my torn up ankles attest to. She likes to have a little fun, huh? Just chasing you around. Wait a minute, slow down. I want some attention. Oh, she's a doll, though. She is a cutie. My favorite treatment of the Spectre is from Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run. Oh, that's a good one, too. See? You forget, at least I do, I forget how many different runs, versions, takes on the Spectre there is, because he's one of my favorite characters. But it's so cool. Really, I really don't have a bad take on him, other than I didn't like we just said, those two things. Well, where Hal was involved with them, and who they had there was another fella detective that became the Spectre. I just like, give me Jim Corrigan. Jim Corrigan. He's my Spectre. Again, I'm just old school for that way, I guess. So Jackson Roykirk says, I always love seeing videos from Late to Supper Comics. Dr. Von Chilla says, my name is spelled John. The beer is kicking in. Oh, man. Kicking in. LOL. You got it. Love it, John. Triple P says, the Spectre's art was always better than the story. Adams and Aparo were amazing, but I enjoyed Tom Drake's art just as much in Volume 3, in my opinion. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with Mandrake's art. Absolutely. I agree. Quite enough Sayer says, I still got my 1976 bicentennial Falstaff beer can. Now I feel like I'm going to whiff it in the cellar. There you go. I've never had a drop of alcohol in my life. Never had a beer, never had champagne, no nothing, right? So if I ever smelled a bottle cap off a beer, I'd probably get drunk or whatever, That was always the joke. So it's just funny. After Comics, Alan says, Foster Kitten, that's great. I just finished my DC Tarzan run from 2007 to 258 and Korak, Son of Tarzan. I am working on DC right now, and those are relatively easy titles to finish and cheap. And that's the important factor, at least for me. And cheap. That's awesome. Excuse me. I got to take a little sip of water here. Okay. All righty. Let's see. We got Dr. Matilda saying, how about some Billy Beer from 1976? There you go. Billy Beer. I remember that when that was a thing. So, all right. So let's see. I got a couple things here I picked up recently. This one I picked up recently, and if Gratu's still in the peanut gallery, he might be interested in this. But I picked it up because I had never seen it before, and I've seen a lot of the horror books and stuff like the eerie and creepy and all that stuff, and some of the stuff put out by Atlas and whatnot, all that. But this one I had never seen, and I saw it at a little store in the mall, and I said, well, that's pretty cool. And it's one of those things, stayed with me overnight. The next day we were going back to the mall for my wife to get her hair cut. She had made an appointment the day before. So we were going back, and I said, I hear something calling me. And sure enough, I went and picked this up. It's called Monster Howls. And it is kind of in the vein of Famous Monsters of Filmland by Ackerman there, where it's like pictures and cartoons that are all comedy. and everything, and it was pretty neat. It was pretty cool, but I had never seen this or heard of this title anywhere. So, just stuff like that. And like a lot of folks, the ads in those particular magazines was always interesting. And they have, you can get Black Widow spider, or a giant Frankenstein monster poster, and one thing I was looking through, I'm like, what are these? And I'm looking, and they're like Creature from the Black Lagoon. They were selling 8mm movies. These are all 8mm movies that you could buy. So that was pretty cool. But like I said, I never ever saw this magazine anywhere. Here's one for Eric Breen. It's got a lot of baseball in it, right there. Monster Baseball, The Chillings, The Things, The Things. Manager. Oh, it's Casey Strangle, not Casey Stengel. It's Casey Strangle. So, but yeah, I'd never seen that before. So I thought, as long as I've been collecting, if I haven't seen it before, chances are you don't get to see it too often. So I said, I'm gonna have one. If nothing else, I can say at least I got one in my collection. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. And then I got a couple of treasuries. Let's see here. I think I showed the first two here, but this is Superman in the Fortress of Solitude. It's part of the DC Special Series. So, which is, as we discussed, is all over the board as far as collecting goes. You got digests, you got treasuries, you got regular comics, everything. Then this one here, it was the last Hulk Marvel Treasury edition, the single Hulk Marvel Treasury editions. So I got that. So that helps me put that little mini quest to bed. So pretty cool. There's still more of those I got to get. And this one just came in the mail yesterday. This is my second of these. This is Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I have another Rudolph one. It's a different one. But this one here, I just picked this one up. So that's pretty cool. Got a little diorama in the back. And pretty neat. Pretty neat. I never, ever, ever saw any Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer comics on the rack anywhere. I can't remember. I don't remember what their time span was for the DC comic. They might not have, they might have ended early in the 60s. I was born in 62. Didn't start collecting, really buying comics or having comics or reading comics till 67, 68. So they might have already been done by that time. I'm pretty sure they were. I think they might have lasted to the early, maybe 60, 61, maybe. So, but you see them all the time. You can see them in ads, house ads and whatnot. So it's like, I just wanted to get a couple, the treasury ones, and I've got a couple of the, I don't have them in the rack. I thought I had them in the rack, but I had a couple of ones, single issues. So, all right, what else we got here? We're gonna show. Well, let's see here. We'll show some of the toys. We got. Well, I'll start off with the non-toy. I picked this up. Man with a Gun. Robert Mitchum. This is one of my favorite classic old-time westerns. Robert Mitchum plays a town tamer, which I always been fascinated with that concept. Imagine that's your job. You got to go into a town, basically pull the reins in on all the bad guys, straighten out the town, bring law to it, and then you walk away and go off to another town. If anybody has watched the what was it, Appaloosa, the movie Appaloosa from the late '90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there. That's what they did. They were town tamers. So I always loved the premise of that, and I love this movie. Love Robert Mitchum, especially in his Western roles. So I picked this up. I didn't know it came out on DVD, but now I've got a copy. I can watch it whenever I want. So just a little tidbit there. I picked this up because I'd never seen one of these before. It's one of those situations. It's Pez dispenser. I have a few Pez dispensers, probably 6, 8 of them. But this is Doctor Strange. And I don't know if you can see it very well. But I mean, I never saw one of Doctor Strange. So, I mean, I got Groot, I got Rocket, I got Hulk, I got Cap, a couple other ones, So, but that was pretty cool. So I said, gotta have me a Doctor Strange. Gotta have me a Doctor Strange. Let's see here. This I picked up. This was a cartoon that I used to watch. And I remember watching it mostly on Sunday mornings, even though it was on Saturday mornings, but eventually it moved over to Sunday mornings, like 1969, maybe 68, 69, 70, somewhere in there. Journey to the Center of the Earth in a Big Little Book, or a Little Big Book, or a book that's little and big, all in one, So, but it's pretty cool. It was a pretty neat cartoon, So, if I'm not mistaken, I think Filmation did it. I think it was a Filmation cartoon. So, here's the back with a lot of other cool ones on there. Fantastic Four, Major Matt Mason, Shazam. Very cool stuff. So, yeah. Another one to add to the Little Big Book, or the Big Little Book collection. So, pretty neat. And what else we got? Okay. Oh, yes. Here we go. All right. I promised the professor, Eric Breen, that there would be baseball cards. Well, I found this. It's 1988 Topps. So I'm going to do an opening of this right here and see if we got anything worthwhile. So, Eric, I hope you're still with us. So we're going to open up this wax pack very carefully. And we'll quickly see if there was anything worthwhile in there. Look, there's still the bubble gum in the pack. So there we go. All right. Here we go with some cards. All right. Here we go. California Angels, Greg Minton. Whoops. That's the front card. Greg Minton. And then the Minnesota Twins, Gene Larkin. That's a name I recognize. Oh, and everybody knows this one. Yankees manager, Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella, boo. I still haven't forgiven him for when he came crashing into Carlton Fisk in the plate. And they wound up having their big fight and wound up ruining the career of pitcher Bill Lee, the spaceman. Boo, boo. And the Chicago White Sox, Floyd Bannister. Kind of looks like Carlton Fisk himself. The Yankees, Bill Gullickson. And from the New York Mets, Keith Hernandez. Another name I recognize. And White Sox, we got Ray Siraj. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. And the Texas Rangers, we got Jerry Brown. And then we got what should be, in my mind, a Hall of Famer, despite the off the field stuff. On the field, he was a true legend of the sport. His Big Red Machine defeated my Boston Red Sox in '75 in what I still consider the world's greatest World Series ever played. Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle. And Chicago White Sox, Joel McKeon, sorry. And from the Phillies, we have Chris James. California Angels, Gary Lucas. And from the Yankees, geez, I don't know how you say that. Cecilio Guante. Cecilio Guante. I don't recognize that name. So I don't know how long he lasted. And from the Seattle Mariners, Domingo Ramos. Oh, these last two were stuck together. Domingo Ramos. And the last card in the bunch from the St. Louis Cardinals is a classic. Another one should be in the Hall of Fame if he's not already, and I can't remember if he isn't. Oh man, this card kind of got. Oh, you can see where the bubble gum kind of stuck to the back of it. Ozzie Smith used to do that backflip when he'd run out to his position at shortstop. Always amazed me. I played shortstop for 25 years, or most of my 25 years in the men's softball league. So I always loved shortstops, and he was one of the greatest. Absolutely. So there we go. I promised some baseball cards, Eric, and there we go. We got some baseball cards from all the way from Wax Pack, Topps Wax Pack 1988. That was the year I and my wife got married. So there we go. So, all right, let's jump back into the peanut gallery and catch up there. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Just got to find where I left off. Billy Beer. I think that was where we left off. Oh, yeah, Billy Beer from. Yeah, and Alan says, Billy Beer. He remembers it. And Easy Comic Reader says, I got a 6-pack of JR beer. There you go, JR. Who shot JR? And Shannon says, Alan, great that you finished the Tarzan and Korak runs. Completed mine a couple of years ago. Absolutely. It's always great, man, when you complete a run. Just that sense of satisfaction, because it's not like you can just go to a store and just, oh, they're all right here. Okay, I'll take them. A lot of times it's one this year, or maybe two or three next year, and they're all from different places. You know, it's so really gratifying and satisfying when you do uh, put together a completion of a series. I love that. Congratulations to both of you guys for having completed both of those. Quite enough Sayer says, "Yep, Billy on the White House roof was a story back then." Yes, it was. He was a story, all right. He was something else. And Maranya says, "I remember my local high's stores bicentennial ice cream." Oh yes, yes. They used to make. Oh, I remember something about that. They used to make a bicentennial ice cream with blueberry straw, blueberry, strawberry, and vanilla. Oh yeah, wow. It was vanilla with red and blue food coloring for those parts in the carton. Oh, that's cool. Wow, I hadn't thought of that in a long time, Maranya. That's very cool. Oh yeah. Of course, I'm a sucker for ice cream, so. Dr. Bonchilla says every collection deserves the complete run of DC's Tarzan. Legendary stuff indeed. Especially when it's drawn by Joe Kubert. After Comic says I started it in 1972. It was something that I kept picking up here and there. There you go. Exactly. So that's quite a long time to get that done. So the feeling of gratification and satisfaction. I was going to say satisfaction. I'm going to just create words. I'm just going to create my own vocabulary. Satisfaction. That had to be wonderful, Alan. That's awesome. Dr. Manchilla says, "Yeah, Maranya, the red, white, and blue ice cream. Forgot all about that. Yes, sir." Alan says, "Love the magazine." Thank you, sir. And Shannon says, "Great mag, Rod." Thank you, partner. And Alan says, "DC special series. Craziest series ever." Yes, sir, Bob. It got a little bit of everything in there, I think. Dr. Manchilla says, "Monster Howls." Wowie, never heard of it. So I'm not alone because I'd never ever seen that before, heard of it, never saw it on eBay, anywhere. So I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like when it's something don't want to say it's rare because I don't know if it is rare. It just could have been coincidence that I didn't see it. But usually, if I haven't seen it in that time, and it's got to be less than average around. So it was great to pick it up. And Jackson Roy Kirk says, the Hulk didn't like Black Bolt singing." That's it. Oh, Black Bolt needs to take some cues from Comic Rita. Easy Comic Rita. Alan says, "Beautiful treasuries." Yes, I love the treasuries. Just such a nostalgic tether to my childhood right there. Love them. Lady M says that version of Rudolph, I believe, was a department store promotion. The way he's drawn, I prefer the 60s Christmas special version myself. Rudolph is my hero. No joke. Nothing wrong with that. Rudolph played an important role, I'm sure, in many of our childhood. That Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, what do they call it? Stop animation or whatever, that they did with, Sam the Snowman, Burl Ives and all that. I still watch that to this day at Christmas time. I watch all of them. Year Without a Santa Claus, all those things. Love those things. They will always have a special place in my heart for that. And we try to give that feeling to my kids too by making them making them watch it. You sit there and you watch Rudolph. No. But by watching it at Christmas time and whatnot, and they enjoy it just as well. So yeah, that Rudolph is huge, man, huge. That's why it was such a weird thing not to ever come across any Rudolph comics. I don't remember even seeing them at conventions I went to and stuff like that. It was very, very weird. So, but I've got a couple of them now, so I can rest easy. So, Quite Enough Sayer says Rudolph looks a little feminine on that cover. Does he? Does he? I don't know. How would you tell the difference? Maybe the eyes. Maybe it's the eyes. Is that what you're saying? Maybe the eyes? Could be the eyes, maybe. It looked like, I don't know. Huh. I wouldn't know how you could tell the difference in cartoon reindeer. So, but all right. What else? Who's next on here? Lady M says, I bet the Hulk would like Eric singing when he reads Kazar, Jackson. Dr. Von Chill says, would love to see a complete run of Rudolph. Alan? Yeah, Alan, do you have a complete run of Rudolph? That's a good question, John. Very good. The world wants to know, Alan, because you probably, I would not be surprised if you do. That would be just incredible, too. Jackson Roykirk says, sure, Maranya. So many people do. Higgy Pop. Hey, Higgy Pop. Happy 4th. Great to have you with us. Thanks for spending part of your holiday with us. Hey there, Rod. He says, happy 4th, and a happy 4th right back at you. Right back at you. Dr. Von Chilla says, Robert Mitchum, the alpha male of the 20th century. Word. And I never knew this about Robert Mitchum, that he was actually a singer too. And his version of Thunder Road, I came across it on Spotify. And when I discovered that it was him and singing that song, and I loved that song, I must have played that thing 100 times that day. I just kept playing it on over and over, looped it. It was just awesome. So it was like very cool. Robert Mitchum is very cool. He was in that what was it? Rio Bravo? Was it the one Rio Bravo? The one he was in with John Wayne and Ricky Nelson? No, that was Dean Martin. I get him confused. He was in Rio Lobo. There was like 3 of those Rio movies, and he was in there with John Wayne as a drunken kind of sheriff type of person, and I love that portrayal that he did too. That was really good. So I love Robert Mitchum. He was I guess from all accounts legit man's man type of deal situation going on there. He was not one you fool around with, messed with. So Maranya says, I have 2 Ironman Pez dispensers, thanks to Christmas stocking stuffers from Santa, my husband. Absolutely. That's wonderful. I usually pick up one in my Christmas stocking from either the kids or my wife. Absolutely. After the comics, Alan says, John, the series or the Treasury run? The Treasury run, I know they had quite a few. I think they had like 4, 5, maybe even more. I'd be curious to know about the series run because I don't know how many issues there were for the Rudolph series. So I'd definitely be interested in that because they got some great covers on those things. Alan says, BLB, love that cartoon. Yeah. Absolutely. Dr. Von Chilla says, Doctor Strange in Marvel Premiere number 9 through 14 is the pinnacle of Bronze Age Doctor Strange. Yes. I'm trying to slowly make inroads on that. Absolutely. I agree. Maranya says, that Journey to the Center of the Earth art style books looks like Filmation animation, house style indeed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was animation because that came out the same time as Fantastic Voyage, I believe the same year. Those 2 came out and they were both done by Filmation. So, and Alan says, I'm at work tomorrow at 5, heading to bed now. Take care. Alan, great to have you. Stop by. Appreciate it. Hope you had a great holiday and a holiday weekend. Take care, my friend. And Lady M says, take care, Alan. Stay safe. Eric says, baseball. Dun, dun, dun. And Jackson Rocker says, have a good night, Alan. And Dr. Von Chilla says, see you later, Alan. Shannon says, take care, Alan. Heading to bed is just a bit myself. And we got Dr. Von Chillis and Ellen, the Rudolph series. Yes, sir. I'm curious for that myself. Eric Breen, I'm sure years of heavy drug use that nothing to do with ruining Billy had nothing to do with. Okay. No. He got dumped on his head. He got pile drive down there. Remember? Who was that? No, it was sucker punched. Who was that? Was it Willie Randolph? No, it wasn't. I don't think it was Willie Randolph. Who was it? I can't remember now. Oh, don't get me started because I ain't forgiving him for all that. Eric Breen had nothing. Yeah. Right. Oh, them cursed Yankees. Dr. Vonchilla. Yeah, I'm going to bed shortly too. 8 o'clock is my cutoff. I'm old. Yeah. I hear you. I don't think I'm going to be on much past 8 o'clock. I still got a few comics and toys to show, so just going to get through the peanut gallery real quick here, and then we'll show those. And Shannon says, sorry, Rod, kind of a fan of Lou Piniella. Managed the Reds to the 90s title. I understand. Boo, Lou. Eric Breen says, I bet Jackson that there would be a Pete Rose in that pack. Oh, really? Is that true? Did you really? Oh, if you did, that was funny. Oh, my gosh. Dr. Vonchilla says, Pete Rose still not in the Hall of Fame? As far as I know, he hasn't been put in. And to me, I understand why they don't want to do it. But to me, what he did on the field, I mean, how can you take that away from the guy? I mean, he's phenomenal on the field, you know. Anyway, that's just me. Maranya says, Pete Rose, Reggie Jackson, and later Cal Ripken Jr. are the names I remember when I used to follow baseball back in the day. Yes, Cal Ripken. Reggie Jackson. Man, he was a monster. Oh, got to see Reggie play at Fenway Park. We went twice back in the early 70s. We had seats behind home plate. My dad got tickets to go. So I got to see him. Catfish Hunter. I think it was Blue Moon Odom, I believe. I think it was Blue Moon Odom. What's that? I think it was Blue Moon Odom. Joe Rudy. Oh, great. The A's were really good back then. Jackson Roykirk is laughing. And Shannon says, Rose might make it to the Hall of Fame 25 years after he's dead. Yeah, I think maybe someday he'll get in, but it's just too bad that they couldn't do it during his lifetime so he could enjoy the accolades, you know. But, well, nothing I can do about it. I just feel bad for the poor guy. Eric Breen says, if Davey Concepcion could do a backflip, he'd be in the Hall of Fame too. David Concepcion was a good ball player. He was a good shortstop. Absolutely he was. Nothing wrong with David Concepcion at all. Jackson Roykirk. Oh, so sorry, Rod. That pack is worth $650 unopened. Oh no! Oh, that would stink. Oh my gosh. That's it. I'm going back out and find another pack. Doggone it. Oh. Shannon says, got to get my stuff ready for work tomorrow. Hit the hay. Great stream, Rod. Had great people in the chat as always. Yes, we always have a great chat, as we both know. Have a great night, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your 4th. You too, Shannon. We'll be talking to you this week, I'm sure, brother. So take care. Dr. Winchell says, okay, I'm going to bed. See y'all later. John, thank you very much for stopping by. Appreciate it as always. Have a great rest of your 4th and get some rest. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. And Shannon says, good night, John. And Easy Comic Reader says, good night, Shannon. And Jackson Roykirk says, night, Shannon. Sleep well. And Jackson Roykirk says, good night, Dr. B. Have a good night. Easy Comic Reader says, good night, Dr. Vonchilla. And Maranya says, take care, Shannon and John. Get a good rest. Stay safe. Snuggle up with Pauline for me, John. There you go. She's a doll, too. She really is. Snuffles McGraw says, good night, Shannon. Eric Green says, I have the Robert Mitchum Calypso record on CD. He took it seriously and is legitimately good. Yeah, is that the one that that Thunder Road is on? Because if it is, man, he did a great job on that Thunder Road, man. He had a great set of pipes. That was a great version of that song. I really, really loved it. Eric Green says, this Pete Rose is still banned from Hall of Fame announcement has been brought to you by DraftKings. He's still banned. Oh, Ranger Sly. Hey, Ranger Sly. Great to have you with us. I forgot about the live. Dag nabbit. Oh, that's all right. The fact that you showed up, we appreciate you taking some of your holiday. Well, north of the border, you guys have something else up there, right? I forgot what it's called, and you have to forgive me for that. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. And Jackson Roy Kirk says, "Oh, Sly, I didn't even know it was on until about an hour after it started." Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I tried to cover all my bases yesterday, putting it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and on YouTube itself. So hopefully I'll get better at that. So I apologize. And Jackson Roy Kirk says, even though it was on. There you go. And Ranger Sly says, oh. Yeah, Canada Day was on July 1st. There you go. That was the one I was trying to think of, Canada Day. It's funny. Like I said before, I've got relatives up there and had relatives up there in Avondale over in Brunswick. And they had a dairy farm. And we were just talking about them today, how we used to go up in the summertime and hang out at the farm for a week. It was a lot of fun. So I have deep ties to Canada in that way. Ranger Sly says, that's the thing, Jackson. I knew there was a live stream. I saw the announcement video this morning. Well, that's all right. There's no worry. You know, everybody's got things to do in their lives. This ain't the end all be all, believe me. So I'm just glad that you showed up and took some time to be here with us. That's awesome. Means the world to me. Jackson Roy Creek says, you did fine, Rod. I just didn't turn on any internet stuff until this morning. I understand. There's times that I try to get away from the internet and I won't turn my computer on for a day. So Maranya says, Rod's promo videos are on point. Even his apology video was spectacular. P.S. I still want my strawberries. Oh, man. I got to find a way then to get some strawberries and ship them out to you. How do you freeze them and keep them frozen? I don't know. All right. So let's see what else I got here. Let's see. Real quick. Yeah. We got some more toys that I picked up. And this is one of the reissues of the Super Power series, the Flash, my man Flash. So I had to pick that up. Pretty cool, pretty snazzy. I like that. And at the same place, I picked up this one here, which was on sale for only $4. Darkseid. Boy, the glare on these are awful. Sorry about that, folks. So yeah, I don't have a Darkseid figure in the collection anywhere, so I said, all right, we'll do that. And then we got a few more things here. Whoops! Come on now, why are we falling down? How about we just stand up, guys? There we go. All right, here we go. Marvel's Falcon. I didn't have a Falcon figure anywhere in my collection, and I like that old costume and Red Wing, so I said, yeah, I'll pick that up. Absolutely. Pretty snazzy. What else did I pick up? Picked up a couple of Batmobiles. This one here is from Batman the Animated Series. Now, I am a diehard fan of the 66 Batmobile. That to me is my Batmobile, and to me it is the coolest car ever made. But this one wasn't bad. I like the animated series, love the animated series. So I don't know if I can get it to show. There we go. You can see a little better there. But this one has like a reddish tint to it. It's not right there. You can see it's got a little bit of reddish tint to it. So that was a little different. So I got that one. And then I picked this up. Like I said, I am a fan of the 66 Batmobile. And I've never seen this anywhere. And this was in a bin, I think in Walmart. And if they couldn't stay anymore, because this is ripped up here, if they couldn't stay anymore on the pegboard, they just put them into this thing. So this is kind of beat up, but it was just, I never seen it before, and it was just so cool. I had to get it. And it is a copy of the Batmobile from 66, but it's like squished up. It's like a midget clown car version or something, and it's got a red tint to it as well. So, but it's got the Batman, see the Batman thing up here, but this thing, it won't stay on the thing because it's all beat up. I mean, it got kind of beat up, but that's okay. It's a Batmobile. It's a 66 Batmobile. So I had to get that. That is just too cool. Too cool for school. All right. Then we got, let's see, Avengers Mech Strike. It's the Incredible Hulk. There we go. It's a Hulk figure that I hadn't seen before. So they had it on sale. So I said, okay, it's for me. I'll take it. Then we got, this was a really, really cool figure. This is, I believe, part of the McFarlane. I think it's part of the McFarlane multiverse set. It's Dr. Fate from Injustice 2. Injustice, I believe, is a video game that they did. But Dr. Fate, man, look at that. That is cool. Well, if you could look at it, if my camera would cooperate. But it's very neat. Very cool indeed. There we go. Pretty detailed, actually, a lot of detail in them. So very, very cool indeed. There we go. Picture on the back. Probably show it a little bit better when you're not looking at it through plastic, reflecting plastic. So that's pretty cool. I did not have a Dr. Fate figure in my collection, so that I rectified that. Love that. And the last toy one I have. No, I got two more. I'm getting ahead of myself. Another Flash. This is like a G.I. Joe size. I think it's a little bit bigger than a G.I. Joe size, the old G.I. Joes, So, but it's Flash. He's got a cloth costume. So it's not gonna work. It's getting the computer, the glare off the computer. So, but it's really nice. Really well done. And it's huge. I mean, it's really huge. So very cool. They also have these other ones, Batman, Joker, Lex Luthor in that Superman armor. So yeah, I had to pick that. I had to get that. So, all right, I got two more action figures, and then we'll get on to opening up, doing some unboxing. How's that? If everybody's still hanging around. This one here, when I saw it, I had to pick it up, and it's because of the cowl on it, and it is the JSA's Hawkman, the way I remember him, having the hood, the mask, versus the helmet. So it's like, oh, I have to have that. So that is really, really cool. Because that, to me, that's right out of the comics, man. Right out of the comics as I remember them. And you could pick up these other ones: Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. The Batman and Superman ones are kind of pricey now, but you can get that Wonder Woman and Hawkman as well. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And okay, and the last one is another favorite character of mine, Martian Manhunter. And this is part of the Justice series. And this is Martian Manhunter, but it's the translucent figure where you can pretend that he's invisible. And it is just too cool. Very cool. There's a couple other translucent figures that I'm going to get. One is the Flash, where he's all red. I'm going to get one of those. And a Green Lantern one where he's all green. But it's really cool. And I believe I have a Space Ghost one that's translucent too. So, pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay. So, there we go for the toys. And let's see here. I got actually I said I only had 2, but I've got like 5 unboxings. So, we got a small one here. We'll do that real quick. All right, very cool. Speaking of Rudolph, we were just all talking about Rudolph. Here we go. Best of DC with the Rudolph Digest. And this says number 4 on the spine there. So very cool. So just kind of been on a Rudolph kick a little bit. Got some grease pencil on it, but that's okay. Sheldon Mayer. So there we go. Making a little more inroads on my digest collection. Very cool. Very cool. All right. And we got this one here. Let's see. These are eBay purchases or auction wins from off of eBay. So there we go. All righty. This was something I remember seeing way back when. Oh, it's just so cool. Fantastic Four paperback. Featuring Aunt Petunia's ever-loving blue-eyed thing. Let's see if I can open it up. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, they made their own kind of special bubble thing here. So I have to be careful. So take it out. I don't want a tape situation. Okay. So we just take that, sniff that, boom, slide it out, good to go. All right. And it's black and white on the inside. It's autographed by Joe Satagata. upside down. There we go. You know, it's pretty neat. It's not something you see every day. So I said, yeah, it really wasn't expensive at all. And of course, with writing on it and everything. So don't expect it to be, but it's pretty cool though. Guest starring Submariner, Mighty Marvel Collector's Album with Doctor Doom and Dragon Man. Dun dun dun. Got some reviews on the back. So that was pretty neat. All right. Let's see here. With this one, thank you all who have stuck around and bear with all the technical difficulties and me trying to read chats and everything. So I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate you spending part of your holiday with me. So, let's see. I don't have a sword like Higgy does. Maybe I got to get one. Oh, and now they taped it again. Okay, I see how you did that. I see what you did. Tape off. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. This is Heartthrobs DC romance book. This is Heartthrobs number 107. And it's part of the Go-Go Checks. Part of the Go-Go Checks. Very cool. Because the romance comics are very, very tough. And now they're getting very, very expensive. And granted, I'm not looking for, anything in, near mint or anything like that. As long as it's intact and for the most part, the cover presents well, that's fine. I'm just trying to get every issue with the Go-Go Checks. So it gets me another book closer. So we'll save that one because I'm going to be getting into those in a minute or two. Okay. All right. This one here, I don't think the scissors can handle it, so we're going to go to the big boy knife here. So let's see how this works. There we go. All right. Open it up. Oh, so much paper. So much paper. Can't do it, Captain. Okay. Put you right up over there. Okay. And wrapped in saran wrap. Okay. All right. That's different. Okay. There we go. And more saran wrap. Wow. This is very tough to get a handle on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, they put it in a nice Mylar, though. Put it in a nice Mylar. Oh, yeah. I should have named this I should have waited till Christmas because this is another Rudolph. This is Rudolph, and I can't remember the number on this one. Does not have a number on the outside cover, but it does have a date stamp, which is cool. It's a 1956-57 issue. Rudolph. Nice black cover with Rudolph and Santa and the Christmas tree. And it's got a date stamp right there. September 27th, 1956. Very cool. Very cool indeed. So they're out there. You can find them. Like I said, most of them can be pretty pricey, but once in a while you'll come across one that, hey, I can afford that, and it looks in decent shape. So very cool. So there we go. Rudolph, Night of the Rudolph. That should rename this thing Night of the Rudolph. Okay, that brings us to the big boy. Okay, that brings us to the big boy. So let's open this bad boy up. And if I'm correct in what this is, and I am, this is something I saw online. I did not know anything about these being made, and I'm a fan of this super team. And so, as soon as I saw that, I said, "Oh man, I gotta figure out a way to get it. Oh, come on now! Don't be causing me trouble now. There we go. All right, Squadron Supreme, Squadron Sinister. We got Squadron Supreme. It's Hyperion and Dr. Spectrum action figures. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. I love this team. As soon as I saw this, I let Shannon know about it too, because I know he loves these guys, these villains, just as much as I do. So I'm sure before long he'll have a set of these himself. And I literally just ordered this like 3 days ago, and that's how quick it got to me through GameStop. I went through GameStop, but so very, very cool indeed. Unopened, very neat. Oh, very cool. I love both those characters. Love the whole thing. So that is very, very neat. That is so cool. Man, the things they can make now. Oh, I wish they'd have made these things when I was a kid, because maybe I'm glad they didn't, because I would have had these things open. I'd have been out playing in the sand pile or whatever, and they probably would have got busted up or lost to time and lost out in the woods or whatever, So unbelievable. So, all righty. So, well, there we go. We're gonna go check out the chat for one final time here, and then we'll call it a night. I appreciate you all hanging out with me here. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. It's always fun when the Peanut Gallery comes to hang out at the house here. Always fun. Let's see. Where am I? Let's see. Here we go with Maranya saying, if they ever put out a reissue of the Mego Iron Man action figure from back in the day at a reasonable price, I'll have my husband pick that up for Christmas. Iron Man merch books is a tradition. Yeah, I mean, I remember when those Mego action figures came out. I had a Spider-Man, a Cap, an Aquaman. I had the Batman with the removable cowl. And I think I had one other one, and I can't remember what it was. Might have been Spider-Man. So I mean, those were they were revolutionary to me, because up to that point I had Captain Action, but I didn't really get any of the costumes that went with Captain Action. So I just had the Captain Action, and I had GI Joes, which didn't have superhero outfits or anything like that. So they pretend, type of thing. But when the Migos came out, man, that changed the landscape for me as a kid. It's like, oh, cool. And my uncle had bought me a couple of them. I remember one day he just says, "Hey, what are you doing? Let's go. I got to go over to the mart. So let's go." So we went over, and he was nice enough, bought me a couple of them. I think they were like $7.50 a piece or something like that back in whatever early '70s, something like that. So I mean that was a big deal back then. So I always remembered that. Very, very cool indeed. So yeah, I hear you, Maranya. Those Migos are very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Ranger Slide, cool figures. Love the old school Falcon. Yes, me too. That's why I got it. I wanted that old school Falcon. Um, if they made one with the green outfit, his very first outfit, then I would get that one too, because that was pretty cool, you know. And Ranger Slice says, "I'm with you for the '66 Batmobile. Still the coolest." Yes, sir. I love that car. I said if I ever won like one of those $100 million lottery things, I think there's only 5 or 6 of them from the original series. I would hunt down each of those 5 or 6 owners, and I would throw some money at them and say, "You interested in selling? I'll give you whatever, 10 million." So I can have that car. That's the only thing I would ever frivolously spend a large amount of money on, would be to own that car. And then if I ever owned it, they could nail the box shut on me, because it ain't going to get much better than that. Because that is just a fantastic super car. The Black Beauty is pretty cool too. Don't get me wrong, but nothing like that Batmobile design. That was just awesome. Lady M says they have to change reissues of certain toys subtly in some fashion, so as not to devalue the original items for collectors. I understand, yeah, because you don't want people trying to pawn off the reissues as originals. And it's sad that people would try and do that, but yeah, there are people out there that would do that, just try to make a quick buck. So yes, I fully understand that they would have to do that, and I don't fault them at all. And Lady M also says, we had the Corgi diecast metal '66 Batmobile and Batboat back in the day growing up. Very well made. Yeah, those '66 Batmobiles, the Corgi Batmobiles. When I mentioned we went to Canada, we used to go to Canada. On the way back, we used to stop in Woodstock, at a place called Stewart and Stewart's Hardware. And when my grandparents went, or when we went, we would always stop there, and they would pick me up a Batman Batmobile, or they would pick me up one of these. And this is a Batman parachute toy. I don't have the parachute anymore, but it's just a Batman character. So I used to get one of those two things, either a Corgi Batmobile or this here. And the Corgi Batmobiles were just so cool. They were just the coolest. They were just the coolest. I can't say it any other way. They were just the coolest. And Lady M says, G.I. Joe back in the day was 12 inches tall. I inherited my brother's flock, brunette with beard, redhead with beard, and brunette clean-shaven version when he outgrew them. Better than Ken for my Barbies. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. G.I. Joes were big around our house. We had all the toys, the action adventure vehicles, the Mummy's Tomb thing, the White Tiger, all that cool stuff, man. That is really cool. Now, my holy grail for G.I. Joe toys is to own one of the space capsules. I had one as a kid. It was one of my favorite toys. That space capsule, man. Put it in. I had a metal trash can beside my bed, and it would fit, so it would sit right on the top of that. I could put it there. That's where it was every night when I went to bed. It was right there. When I woke up in the morning, it went with me just like a football right under my arm. Out we go. We're going outside. We're going to go land on some foreign planet somewhere. So, oh yeah, that was so much fun. So much fun, man, being a kid. Moranya says action figures that are clear, solid, color plastic are actually a cost-saving variant to pay for more detailed figures in the line. Oh, I did not know that, but it makes sense because they don't have to do all the painting or anything like that. So yeah, you could just put just whatever the plastic is that you're going to use, clear, solid, whatever, and yeah, it makes sense to me. Absolutely, thank you. And Jackie Roykirk says, "Ah, love is in the air when my toys are all around." Ranger Slide, go checks alert. That's right. That's right. Oh, I got to do my go checks uh, update too before we go. That won't take long. I'll just look up. I want to look up my inventory, and we'll see. Add 2 to it, and we'll be able to put it all to bed. Ranger Sly said the romance comics are going for crazy prices. Yes, even mid and low grades. Forget about the high grades. And not only that, but I noticed the ones with the go checks, for some reason, seem to be pricier than anything on either side of them, either side of those. And it's just like somebody catching on to my quest and they just want to make money off me. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. There's a romance comics conspiracy going on, doggone it. Jackson Roykirk says, as in real life, I'm unlucky in getting romance comics. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Easy Comic Reader says, Jackson, he's laughing about it, too. Oh, Ranger Sly says, love the Christmas covers. Yes, sirree. It'll be here before we know it. And Easy Comic Reader says, Christmas in July, Doc style. There you go. The little Rudolph. And Maranya says that's definitely a recent issue of those Hyperion Inspector action figures because of the closed box. Thankfully, they are reversing the trend because of collector complaints. Yeah, I didn't know that they were going to come in a box like that. I just thought what they were showing was like the prototype box or whatever. So I was surprised when I just opened it and it was a complete sealed box, So because that means now I got to open it even so I can at least see them. Because how would I know there's even a figure in there? They could have just sent me a pretty looking box. Doggone them. I got to watch everybody. Oh, so yeah, I'm glad that they're I remember hearing that about that the collectors were very, very upset about that. And so they were going to go back to it, which is good. I hope they do. Ranger Slice says Squadron Supreme with their original costumes too. Very cool. Yep. Absolutely. That's what really, really set me off, man. Snuffles McGraw, all very cool figures, Doc. Neat little mini Batmobile. Batmite size. There you go. Batmite size. And the professor says Captain Strangelove is snapping up all the romance comics. Well, between him and you, Eric, I know you got your share here. No, but no, that's cool. I mean, it's funny that that I just found it funny that they're going up in prices because for years, geez, if I'd have been thinking if I'd have done this quest back in the 80s, man, I could have probably had them all because back then you could get them for 50 cents, $1. A dollar would be expensive for a romance comic then, but it is very, very pricey now. So, but oh well, it is what it is, and if I don't get all the go checks, that's okay. Life goes on. There's plenty of other things I'll be collecting as well. So, all right, that catches us up with the Peanut Gallery. So real quick, I'm gonna check my go checks list. Where is it here? Where are you? Right here. Go checks. Okay. As of right now, I have. Whoops. Get down there. Come on. Let's see. Out of the 537, I have 490. So you add these 2 to it. That means I have 492, which means I currently only need 45 more go checks issues to complete that quest. So that's pretty good. I thought I was somewhere up around the 60s still. But no, I'm down into the mid 40s now. So that's awesome. 45 to go out of 537. I'll take that. So absolutely. So Wow, it is 8:32. I want to thank you very much. I didn't mean to take up quite as much of your day tonight on the holiday, but I thank you all for hanging out with me. It's a lot of fun when you guys hang out. I really, really look forward to it, just like we do on Saturday mornings. Um, Shin and I always talk about it when we're off the air, talking together. You guys make it so much fun. I love the interaction. I love the stories. I love the ideas. You guys always come away teaching me something that I didn't know before. So it's a lot of fun. I can't put it any other way. It's just so much doggone fun. It really is, man. So, all right. Well, I suppose I will see some of you again on Friday night because I am going to do the Geeky Puppet Show if they'll have me once again. I'm going to do the double shot. I've been working on a few voices, so hopefully I won't embarrass myself as much as last time. Not paying attention to when I'm supposed to be reading and whatnot. So if you got if you're free Friday night, stop on by the Geeky Puppet Show. Check it out. I believe they start at 8:15. They'll send out notifications just to sign up if you want to make sure you don't miss any episodes of it because it's a lot of fun. It really is. Whether you're participating or you're just watching, it's a blast to watch these guys have fun doing this stuff. So highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Let's see. We got Maranya saying, take care, Rod, the wonderful Nutty Peanut Gallery, and all the nuts of the day out there. Stay safe and have a happy 4th of July. Thank you, Maranya, and you as well. You and your family as well. Have a great rest of the 4th of July tonight. Ranger Sly says, thank you for doing this stream and showing all the cool stuff. Happy trails, everyone. Thank you very much, Ranger Sly, and thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it as always. Jackson Roy Kirk, it's been great end of the day, Rod. Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Jackson. I appreciate that more than you guys know. I really do. It's always fun. You guys make it so much fun. Ranger Slide with the thumbs up. You got it. You got it. Eric Breen says, warm up those pipes on. I'm working on. Oh, yeah, brother. Yeah. Working and do my Sean Connery. Wow. The snowman. I'm going to work on my Sean Connery. Just got to work on projecting it a little more. I know that's terrible, but I'll try and get better. Snuffles McGraw says, thanks, Doc. It's been fun. Thank you, Snuffles. Always great to see you. Always fun to see your pictures that you post on Instagram. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Snuffles McGraw, always posting great stuff on Instagram. Easy Comic Reader, creative genius, songster. I love it. Thank you for stopping by as well. And Ranger Sly, he's laughing about it. Ranger Sly, great to have you with us. As I said, north of the border, always great. You guys are always great. So that's going to do it for me for this one. Thank you all again one more time for hanging out. I don't have an outro for this, so we're just going to say adios and have a great 4th of July, everybody. Take care.